Alright, we're on another hike. It's about 11:30, Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. We're going to hike down in the Seneca Creek. We're actually at the Seneca Creek Trailhead now, but we're going to hike road walk back a half mile to the Lumberjack Trail and take that trail out and try to find the plane crash that crashed in like 1973. This is what the parking lot looks on a Tuesday. This is why we come during the week, because they said it's usually packed. So stay tuned and we'll see if we can find the crashed airplane. Alright, we're at the Lumberjack Trail. We done road walk from the Seneca Creek Trailhead up here. Half a mile from trailhead to trailhead, road walking. Seneca Creek backcountry. And there's the Lumberjack Trail. Let's see if I can figure out on the map where we're at. You see where it says where we're at? Lumberjack Trail is 534.
534 is right here.
Okay, so trailhead would be right there. Okay, we started right there at Seneca Creek. Road walked up to here. We're going to run this 534. The plane crash should be right in there. I got it in my GPS coordinates. It's at about a mile from that intersection. And then right here we're going to hit 564, which is...
You don't have it on there.
Don't have it on there.
Nope.
I thought,
yeah, it's High Meadows.
High Meadows, where we're...
High Meadows Trail.
Oh, they don't have them in order. 564, and this will take us down to the creek. And then we'll hit this for a little bit. 530.
Horton Trail.
Horton Trail, and then this should be the Seneca Creek Trail, 515, yeah. And then from here to right in here, we're going to look for a camp. This should be the 8 to 10 mile mark right there in that area. We should hike 8 to 10 miles, and then they'll get up in the morning and hike back to the car right there. Stay tuned and see if we can find a plane crash and a good place to camp tonight on the creek. Stay tuned. It poured the rain last night. We spent 4 days, 3 nights in Dolly Sods, and then drove out yesterday to Elkins to get something good to eat and charge up all our power banks. And we picked the right night to do it because it poured the rain. And now we're getting a little later start than we wanted, but it was still raining this morning. So we didn't want to start off and wet. But now this foggy and little drizzle from the fog that we can't live with. Currently on the Lumberjack Trail. Like I said previous video earlier, that it poured the rain last night. Luckily we was in a hotel charging up everything, but everything is wet. The water's still dripping off the trees, but it's still going to be a good day. The Lumberjack Trail is actually marked with blue blazes or trail markers, so it's not like Dolly Sods and you get turned around. They even got an arrow pointing what direction to go to. What is it? Horse tracks. Yep. People's been trail riding out here. Water's abundant on this trail. Might be where the rain last night, but if you needed to filter water, you shouldn't have no problem finding it. Currently on the Lumberjack Trail. Currently still on the Lumberjack Trail. Still on the Lumberjack Trail. It's pretty cool. It looks like they done used rocks and built this up. I don't know if it's an old railroad bed for logging or actual horse logging. Still on the Lumberjack Trail. Come up on 2 rock formations. I think it was an old bridge. I think this was an old bridge at one time. It's missing the wood because there's a rock foundation there and a rock foundation right there. Yeah, I'd definitely say that was a bridge at one time. How far are we in? $273. 3 3/4 miles. How's your feet getting wet? You liking it?
Yep. Feet suck when they're wet.
Your boots are waterproof.
Yeah, waterproof my ass. You on my wet ass?
No, going across another big rock formation where they built up the rocks over time for the road. I'd like to know when they built this road. Google might tell us when we get back in signal. Slick and muddy. Valerie done fell and busted her ass once. But she was graceful, done it slow motion. I don't think it would be this muddy if we didn't have all the rain from last night and this morning. Yeah, muddy and slick. But you gotta take the good with the bad. We just jumped up a deer. Those bedders right here, but I don't know if we can sneak around and see it. Man, it's beautiful out here on the Lumberjack Trail. Hopefully the sun will come out. Trying to burn the fog off. It's 1:30. Hopefully we'll get a little sunshine to dry it out. Made it to our first intersection. We're just a little over 4 miles in.
What happened?
And we are on the Lumberjack Trail. We're going to stay on the Lumberjack Trail. Spruce Knob parking lot's that way. We went for the Lumberjack Trail for less elevation gain because everybody talks about how bad it is the second day walking out of here because of the elevation. So if you want a good hike that's level, it's been pretty easy besides the slick loose rocks. And that's just because it rained hard last night. Take the Lumberjack Trail. And if you wanted to go straight to the creek, Seneca Creek, you would take one of them trails. That's how they come back out to make a lollipop. But we're going to come all the way out to Seneca Creek Trailhead tomorrow. Alright, onward and upward. You can see we're still on the Lumberjack Trail by the Blue Diamonds. It really opened up now. Really pretty. The Lumberjack Trail would probably be a great fall trip. There's a lot of grass and nettles, about kneecap high. And I'm wearing shorts, and you can tell when you get in the nettle patch. So I recommend wearing pants like Valor did. But you can see how wet they are. That's about how tall the grass is. There's a doe staring at us right there. I don't know if it'll zoom in. Yep, she took off. Makes the second deer we've seen so far today. We're about 3/10 of a mile from the plane crash. If we find it, we can knock another one off the bucket list this week. It's like a maple tree top fell out in the road, or the walking path. Probably happened last night or over the weekend when another thunderstorm come through. Yeah, a couple. Looks like one fell, knocked the other one down. Looks like people's been going around it. Yeah, another tree up there. It must have been down for a couple of days because people's been going around it. So it didn't happen last night. We're only like 1/10 of a mile from the plane crash. There's another deer back there on the side of the hill. They stick out like a sore thumb right now. They're almost orange looking in this green vegetation. The sun has finally come out. It's 2 o'clock in the day. As you can see by the blue diamonds, we are still on the Lumberjack Trail. We're getting into some pine now instead of open. I think Valerie's found the path going down to the plain. How far are we?
5 1/4 miles in from the trailhead.
All right, let's go see if we can find it. I think we see it down there. It's about 75 yards down the hill. There's a well-used path, which I figured that's what everybody walks this trail for. There it is. The 73 plane crash. Two people lost their lives. If you want to know more about it, you can Google Spruce Knob plane crash. That's how I found out the information more about it. Guess that's their seats right there. Parts of the plane scattered everywhere. Guess that's some kind of door. It has a lock on it. The tail's right here. Pretty sure that would be the tail right there. Guess that's part of the windows inside. This might be the front right here. Just looking at it. What'd you say, 5¼ miles in? This wouldn't be a bad day hike. The elevation wasn't bad at all. If you started early, be a little over 10 miles. Other part, I don't have a clue what it's to or what part of the plane. And there's some down in there in the tall weeds. There's shrapnel pieces scattered everywhere. We made it back up from the plane crash. It's June 2026, so if nobody cuts these two fallen trees, as soon as you cross them, you go down the hill, and then there's a pine with a blue blaze. A hemlock right there. After you pass that, and go over them two trees, the path is right there. It's well worn, so you can't miss it. Now we're going to head down to the creek, find us a camping spot for tonight. Hey Val, what are you doing?
Still in the sunlight.
You found a little spot in the woods?
Yes. My fingers are white.
Look like you're over a heat lamp. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Still on the Lumberjack Trail. We should be getting to the, I think it's called the High Plains Trail pretty soon. We'll be cutting down into Seneca Creek. Say we found an intersection. Say High Plains. High Meadows, I'm sorry. Yeah, we want to go on the High Meadows Trail. I guess the Lumberjack Trail pretty much ends right here. I think that's private property over there.
7.10 to here from the park.
How much?
7.10 from the park.
7.10. And the Forest Service, they've done a good job. Let's clear it out for them a little bit, make it more visible. That way you know go down the hill. After you. Onward and downward. The High Meadows Trail pretty much just switchbacks and goes underneath the Lumberjack Trail. Back at the sign at the Lumberjack High Meadows Trail is probably about the farthest point away from the car. Now we're heading the opposite. U-turn there and switch back, and we're cutting below Lumberjack Trail, heading down into Seneca Creek, and now we'll be heading towards the car the rest of the day and tomorrow. Pretty cool. The layers of rock in it. So everybody uses it to take a break. About ready to see why they named this trail High Meadows, I think. I'm getting ready to come out in a high meadow. Follow the diamonds. Yeah, that's what it looks like where everybody's going. I'd say so. I don't know, if not, we'll come back and go that way. But it looks like they've been matting the grass down right there. Another blue, right there's a blue diamond. We're good. We're on the right path. Looks like we popped out on another meadow, growed up on the High Meadow Trail. Little slicker right here. Oh man, look at that view. Hold on, get down here where ain't no trees in the way. Show y'all the view. Alright, keep on heading downhill. Still on the High Meadow Trail. Somebody's come in from this end and actually trimmed the trail up. So just in the middle section's the worst part. It's narrow, but ain't too bad. This makes like the third meadow I think we've come out in. This looks like a small one.
That water might bring it up quicker.
Uh-huh. See if the camera picks it up. Yeah, it's picking it up. Look how green. Ooh, that went down. There's a sign out there. Hopefully that's the Horton Trail. Seems like this High Meadow Trail's never ending. That's the one we've been looking for.
That way.
Yeah, I think it's about a half mile to the river, or to the creek. We are at the Horton Trail, High Meadows. Roughly 9.2 miles to this intersection, doing the entire loop. There's that campsite's on all trails. First campsite we've seen today. But we're camping at the water. Our first sign of Seneca Creek. Mm-hmm. I think I'm just gonna skip rocks. Loose rock. Loose rock. Well, she might be a little slick right there. The tree fell in the falls right there. Alright, we're getting ready to come off the Horton Trail and go down into the Seneca Creek Trail. Followed the blue diamond with the arrow downhill. Hey, there's a waterfall. Well, we found one, the Wonder Waterfall. Nice camping spot there right below the Seneca Creek Upper Falls. People's been going up the hill, I guess, getting on top of that rock and looking. There's camping spot after camping spot. Walking back up to the falls now. Well, there's a tree in the path. So. Valerie's feet's already soaked, so her Morelli's was not waterproof like they say.
They was a joke.
Alright, I'm gonna cross right here. I think Davis is crossing up there to try to keep the feet wet or dry. So this would be native trout in here. Dolly Sods is colder, ain't it? They used to have an old bridge here at one time. Do what? I went around it. Nah, we get up here in camp, we'll stick our feet down in the water and let them relax. Yeah, there's the other waterfall we crossed earlier. Heading up Seneca Creek now. Man, look at that. I bet you people do slicky slide down that once more. Camping spots over there. There's camping spots everywhere here. Beaver Dam. It's Italian night at the campgrounds at Seneca Creek. What are you trying tonight?
I'm having cheesy pepperoni pizza bowl by Mountain House.
That's the first time you've tried that one.
No,
It ain't?
second time.
Second time. On a 1 to 10.
10. Very good.
Very good. You like it better
I
than...
suggest leaving it to do it for 10 minutes instead of 9. Give the bread a little bit longer to cook.
Gotcha. Then I'm doing my favorite. Spaghetti with beef marinara. My wife's smoking hot, can't you tell? I'm just waiting on mine. I still got to stir it one more time and then wait another 4 minutes. That's what I use. My little cook stove, my little pot. Our little campfire with wet wood, and I finally got it going. Our socks got wet, so we're trying to dry them out.
Well, it's not
There's
hard.
our Nemo Hornet all set up, ready for bed tonight. Take care. There's our 40-degree down sleeping bags locked together to make one big one. We got 2 air mattresses snapped together and 2 air pillows. Nemo 3-person Hornet. Only weighs like 2 pounds, 13 ounces. It's a semi-freestanding. You either gotta have a rock or stakes right there at the back. It's freestanding. View of our camp. That's what I can see out the tent while I'm laying in bed. Don't get much weather than that. And there's our little fire pit. A bunch of rock chairs around it. And the trail's right over the bank there. Seneca Creek. We're about, I think about 3 or 4 miles from the car. We're gonna hike back out tomorrow and head to Dolly Sods for another 3 days, 2 nights. Starting out the morning on the Seneca Creek Trail, heading back to the car. Gonna repack food and clothes. Head back to Dolly Sods for 3 days, 2 nights. Do what?
Right on Seneca Creek.
Oh yeah. Staying on Seneca Creek all the way to the car. Allegheny Mountain.
Seneca Creek Trail is closed 5.5 miles ahead at the National Forest boundary.
So that's about where we was at. There's a couple campsites down there, and that was about it. Still on the Blue Diamonds. Just to let you know you're still on trail. Nice camping spot over there. There's been so many camping spots I couldn't film them all. Made it to the Judy Springs Seneca Creek Trail intersection. Judy Springs that way. We're staying on the Seneca Trail. Judy Springs Seneca Trail intersection. There's a nice camping spot right over there too. Big fire ring, can't see it real good. Get multiple tents in there. Day 2 of our Seneca Loop Trail. We've done the Lumberjack, High Meadows Trail, a little bit of the Horton Trail. Now we're heading back up on the Seneca Creek Trail. I don't know if you see it, but there's a beaver hut right there. Valerie cleaning her boots, getting the mud off of them.
They're not waterproof.
They're not waterproof. How many miles we hiked yesterday? 11.56. I think we only have 3 or 4 today, and then we're going to drive up to Dolly Sods, and I don't know how many we'll get. Depends on what time we get there. You're going in. That's deep right there. You probably want to skip the rocks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Over there where you was getting ready to go in, looks like it'd be up to your knees.
That water is like warm.
Warm? So it ain't like Dolly Sod's water. Do what? Made it up to another intersection. Shallow Rock Trail, Allegheny Mountain Trail, and Candy Creek. That way right there. But we're staying on the Seneca Creek Trail, heading back to the vehicle. And then you can see we're on the Seneca Creek Trail. Judy Springs and Horton Trail is down at the bottom. Or Judy Springs is about a mile, ain't it? Mile and a half from the Judy Springs from here.
About a mile and a half.
And then the Horton Trail is what we come off of yesterday to hit the Seneca Creek Trail. There's a camping spot right there, seeing distance. Pretty nice. Like I said, there's so many here there you can't video them all. On to the vehicle. Still on Seneca Creek, heading back to the car. Got a mile and a half, 2 miles to go. Pretty cool, all the root walls together. Come to the next intersection. We're still staying on 515 Seneca Creek Trail. We're heading to Forest Road 112. And then that's Tom Lick Trail 559. Cuts off that way. How much we hiked this morning?
We are at 2.88.
2.88 from the camp. All right, let's roll. There's a blue diamond right there.
Well, that's like I'm the one.
Still on the Seneca Creek Trail, we come across I ain't seen no beavers, but you can tell they've been here. They got a damn mow around there, and then they got a great big hut. The Beaver Holiday Inn. They made them a nice hut. They're inside there, probably hiding. They go down into it, over in there somewhere probably. Pretty cool. Heading to the car. Oh, you made it. See if I can make it with the camera in my hand too. Hope so. We have made it back to the car. Seneca Creek Trailhead. Quick recap. How many miles we do?
We done 10.56 yesterday.
How many?
Off of Lumberjack to something.
We
to
done
Seneca.
we done Lumberjack, High Meadows, and Horton.
Horton.
Down into
Seneca.
Seneca Creek. We come up Seneca Creek, what, a couple miles?
Yeah, we came up there a couple miles and then we camped. And then we done 3.82
Today.
from the camp.
And how long did it take us to get here from the camp?
An hour and a half.
So that's a pretty good pace. All right, we're gonna go throw everything in the car and head to Dolly Sides for our last trip. 3 days, 2 nights, hopefully, weather permitting. Stay tuned.